rise and fall of Great Zimbabwe, a comprehensive history. Great Zimbabwe stands as one of Africa's most impressive and mysterious ancient cities. Located in present-day southeastern Zimbabwe, this medieval city was the heart of a powerful kingdom that flourished between the 11th and 15th centuries. Its impressive stone structures, sophisticated society, and vast trade networks make Great Zimbabwe a fascinating subject for historical exploration. This documentary delves into the origins, rise, peak, decline, and legacy of Great Zimbabwe, providing a comprehensive view of this remarkable civilization. The origins of Great Zimbabwe can be traced back to the Shona people, who began settling in the region around the 4th century. By the 11th century, they had established a thriving agrarian society, cultivating crops such as millet and sorghum and herding cattle. The region's fertile soil and favorable climate supported agricultural productivity, while its location allowed for the exploitation of rich mineral resources, including gold and copper. Architectural marvels, the Great Enclosure and Hill Complex. One of Great Zimbabwe's most striking features is its impressive architecture, particularly the stone constructions. The city is renowned for two main structures, the Great Enclosure and the Hill Complex. The Great Enclosure, the largest ancient structure in sub-Saharan Africa, the Great Enclosure is characterized by its massive, curving walls built without mortar. These walls, some of which reach heights of over 11 meters, 36 feet, enclose a series of smaller structures and an enigmatic conical tower. The purpose of the Great Enclosure remains debated, with theories suggesting it served as a royal palace, a temple, or a site for significant ceremonies. The Hill Complex, perched on a rocky hilltop, the Hill Complex consists of an array of stone ruins that offer commanding views of the surrounding landscape. This area is believed to have been the political and religious center of Great Zimbabwe, housing the elite and serving as the king's residence. The intricate stonework and strategic positioning reflect the sophistication and organizational capabilities of the builders. Societal structure and economy. Great Zimbabwe was the heart of a complex society marked by a hierarchical structure and a diverse economy. The king and the elite resided within the city's stone enclosures, while commoners lived in mud brick houses surrounding the central complex. The society was stratified, with social status influenced by wealth, occupation, and lineage. The economy of Great Zimbabwe was multifaceted, relying on agriculture, cattle herding, mining, and trade. The city was strategically located to facilitate trade across southern Africa, connecting the interior with the coast. Gold mining and trading played a crucial role, with Great Zimbabwe becoming a hub for the export of gold to the Swahili coast, where it was traded with Arab and Indian merchants. The city also imported luxury goods such as porcelain, glass beads, and textiles, highlighting its extensive trade networks. Trade networks and cultural exchange. Great Zimbabwe's prosperity was inextricably linked to its role in regional and long-distance trade networks. The city was part of the Indian Ocean Trade Network, which connected Africa with Asia and the Middle East. Gold, ivory, and copper were among the primary exports, while imports included glass beads, Persian ceramics, and Chinese porcelain. These trade connections facilitated cultural exchanges, influencing the material culture and technological advancements of Great Zimbabwe. Archaeological evidence, such as the discovery of exotic artifacts from distant lands, underscores the city's significance in global trade. The influx of foreign goods and ideas contributed to the development of a cosmopolitan society, with elements of African, Arab, and Asian cultures intermingling. The peak of Great Zimbabwe. Great Zimbabwe reached its zenith between the 13th and 15th centuries. During this period, the city expanded significantly, with the construction of additional stone structures and the growth of its population, which is estimated to have been between 10,000 and 20,000 people at its peak. The kingdom's influence extended over a vast area, with smaller settlements and satellite states acknowledging the authority of Great Zimbabwe's rulers. The city's wealth and power were reflected in its monumental architecture, intricate craftsmanship, and the accumulation of luxury goods. The ruling elite wielded considerable influence, controlling trade routes and resources, and maintaining a network of alliances and vassal states. Decline and abandonment. The decline of Great Zimbabwe began in the late 15th century, culminating in its eventual abandonment by the early 16th century. Several factors contributed to this decline. Environmental degradation, overexploitation of natural resources, including deforestation and soil depletion, likely strained the region's agricultural capacity, making it difficult to sustain a large population. Trade shifts, changes in trade routes and the emergence of new trading centers, such as Sofala on the coast, may have diminished Great Zimbabwe's economic importance, reducing its control over regional trade. Political instability, internal strife, succession disputes, and the fragmentation of the kingdom could have weakened the central authority, leading to social and political instability. Overpopulation. The city's rapid growth may have outstripped its ability to provide for its inhabitants, leading to food shortages and social unrest. Despite its decline, the legacy of Great Zimbabwe endured. The Shona people continued to inhabit the region, and the memory of the great city persisted in oral traditions and local folklore. Rediscovery and legacy. Great Zimbabwe remained largely unknown to the outside world until the late 19th century, when European explorers and archaeologists began to uncover its ruins. Early interpretations, influenced by colonial biases, often dismissed the idea that such an impressive civilization could have been built by Africans. Instead, they attributed the structures to foreign builders, such as the Phoenicians or Arabs. However, subsequent archaeological research confirmed that Great Zimbabwe was indeed a product of indigenous African ingenuity. Excavations revealed the sophistication of the city's construction techniques, its complex society, and its extensive trade connections. Today, Great Zimbabwe is recognized as a symbol of African heritage and pride. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a source of national identity for Zimbabweans. The ruins attract tourists and scholars from around the world, serving as a testament to the achievements of Africa's past civilizations. Conclusion. The story of Great Zimbabwe is a remarkable chapter in African history. From its humble beginnings as a small settlement to its rise as a powerful kingdom and trading hub, the city exemplifies the ingenuity, resilience, and cultural richness of its people. Despite its eventual decline, the legacy of Great Zimbabwe endures, offering valuable insights into the history and heritage of Southern Africa. This documentary has only scratched the surface of its fascinating story, inviting further exploration and appreciation of this extraordinary ancient city.